Okay. So I've started recording now. Okay, so can 5 people tell us a product they love using and why? So you can just unmute and go ahead and tell us a product you love using and why. Hello. We have to talk. Oh, this is supposed to be an interactive class. Should I call names? Should I randomly call names? Okay, Loretta, you can speak. Please, you can just unmute and speak. You don't have to raise up your hand.
Okay, good evening, everybody. One of the products I love using is Truecaller. I love Truecaller a lot because it helps me detect scammers. That's for one, and it also makes me know who is calling and know what calls to pick and not to pick. That's all.
Okay, thank you. That's a nice one. Someone else. Tell us a product you love using and probably the problem you think the product is solving for you.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. One of the products I like to use is Telbo. It's a calling app. It makes you're able to make international calls very cheap. Yeah, so
Oh, that's nice. Okay, thank you. Someone else. Someone else. We have two more. So 2 more persons. No, 3 more persons now. I think 2 persons have spoken. So nobody else wants to go. Nobody else wants to go. All right. Okay.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I love using Telegram. As a person, I love Telegram. I also love WhatsApp, just like you mentioned. But then one of the things I love about Telegram is that Telegram gives us opportunity to interact with more people on conference call more than WhatsApp. It seems WhatsApp have a limited number of persons that can join a particular call at a time, while Telegram has more capacity to accommodate people. And that's one thing I love about Telegram compared to WhatsApp.
Okay. Thank you. All right. I want us to get started now. Can you all see my screen?
Yeah, I can. Kenneth can see your screen.
Okay. So first of all, I would want to talk about the growing demand of product managers. Just so that you know that this field is, it's a very lucrative one. So it said that the projected product managers job growth rate is 10% from 2018 to 2028, and then about 33,700 new jobs for product managers are projected over the next decade. So this to tell you that product management will be in demand, always be in demand. And product management is versatile, across different industries, not just tech, but in, healthcare, finance, e-commerce, renewable energy sector, right? So that's to tell you how wide and the adaptability. And also the salaries of product managers too. They say there's been an increase, 8% increase in the last 5 years. So, I know a lot of us, one of the things why, one of the reasons why we want to go into tech is also because of the money. Yeah, so this my way of telling you that, yeah, you're in the right field. Product management is a good one, and the salary is also a good one. So now there's this trend of the AI trend, and a lot of people say, oh, AI will come and take our jobs. AI would wipe out a lot of job roles, which is true. But for product management, the risk is low, and that's because of the way product management is the human factor in product management. Product management has a lot to do with empathy, strategic thinking, and there's so much to what AI can do. So, and that's one of the reasons why AI would not take the PM roles. Another thing is, for people who would not evolve, right? There's also a risk of AI taking your job, the PM role. So, but for people who would combine product management and how to use AI, those are also the people that would not lose their job or lose out to AI. So now, what is product management? Product management is basically the job of figuring out what to build. What are we building? What do we want to build? Why does it matter? So what we want to build, why is it important? Why are we going to build this? And also how to make what we are building successful for both the users and for both the business. So product management comes in this in the center of, it's like an intersection, right? In the center of user experience, tech, and business. Yeah. Sorry. So I say product management is the intersection between user experience, the business, and also tech. So a lot of people, think, yeah, it's amazing to build product to solve problems for people, to be able to bring solution to what users need. But if the solution you are bringing or preferring is not bringing making money for the business, then there's no need. So whatever product you want to build should be one that should be able to meet users' need and also to make money for the business. So that's why I say product management is the job of figuring out what to build, why it matters, and how to make it successful for both the users and the business. Now, a product manager helps turn ideas into real things that solves problem for people while keeping the business happy. So a product manager finds a problem. Okay, so people are saying that they want to be able to order things from the comfort of their home. So that's like an idea. So now a product manager will turn this idea, the idea of wanting to be able to order things from the comfort of my home, into a real solution, right? And the solution here is to probably build an app or a website that can help people to order things from the comfort of their home. And while they're able to do this, they are also helping the business make money. Are we together?
Yes.
Yes, mom.
Okay. So product management is basically the process of overseeing a product from inception. And when I say inception, that's from when you think about the idea, from when the idea comes to your mind. So the idea here is, oh, people want to be able to order things from the comfort of their homes. So the process of overseeing a product from when is an idea up until after development and you've launched the product, even beyond the launching of the product. That's what product management is all about. So product management is like a circle. It's not linear. So there's really no end to say, okay, we have the idea, we've built the product and we've launched it and that is it. No. So it's like a circle. Even after you launch it, a product manager is still there to see how to improve the product, to see how what are users saying, how can we make this product better, how can we move with the trend, market trend. So product management is like a loop, it's a circle. It's not there's no point where you stop, right? So it's a process of overseeing a product. Now, so it's a process of, like I mentioned, you're planning. So we say we want to build an app. So, we want to solve the problem of help people to be able to order stuff from the comfort of their homes. So the process, we are going to plan, right, how we can make this happen. Probably we'll send out, we'll talk to users to know what users are saying. Or is this really a problem that everybody's facing, right? Now, we are this like the process of planning. We are planning how we want to go about this idea. Now, development of this idea that we've planned, launching of this idea, and also managing of the product. So even after we've launched, right, we will also manage the product. So that's what product management is all about. So now I want to be demystifying some myths about product management. And one of which is that product managers are the idea people. So there is a myth that, okay, so because you're the PM, you're the person who would come up with the ideas. So so I'm going to be demystifying some of these myths that I mentioned here. So product managers spend more time validating and prioritizing ideas more than just generating it. So anybody can generate an idea. Anybody can come up with an idea. It's not just the product manager who is saddled with the responsibility of generating an idea. Sometimes you may have founders, people, anybody can just come up with an idea. So, oh, this is a problem I've noticed, and I want to see how to, solve this problem. Person can speak to a PM, and then the PM, the product manager, right, that's PM, will validate the idea, right? Validating that to make sure that this idea or this problem is worth solving. There are people they are, like they say, ready market for this problem. So PMs, product managers, are not just the idea people. They're not the ones that just come up with the ideas. Anybody can come up with the idea, but a product manager will spend more time validating this idea and also prioritizing the idea, prioritizing these ideas. Okay, so we come up with the idea, which of this is most important now. All right, now another myth I'll be demystifying is that product managers must know how to code. No, you don't have to know how to code to be a good product manager, but you need to know how to be able to collaborate with the engineers, developers, the people who know how to code. So you don't need to have a technical background to be a good PM. You can be a good PM without coding. In fact, when I started product management, one of the things that I was looking out for was a tech career that I didn't have to code. And so I went on Google and did my research, and I typed in demand tech skills that doesn't require coding, and then I saw product management. And so that's how I came into product management, because I was scared of coding. Although now I have knowledge on coding, I've been learning, because we always have to upskill. You don't have to remain where you are. So, but to start out as a product manager, you don't have to code. So another myth, are we together? Are we still hearing me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So another myth I would be demystifying is that the product manager is also a project manager. So I had a lot of some of us mixing it up, say, oh, I wanted to join project management. No, they are not the same. So a product manager, I'm going to be telling you a little bit of differences between a product manager and a project manager. So a product manager decides what problems. They are the ones that decides the what and the why. Why the project managers decide the how. So now a product manager is thinking about what problems are worth solving. So these ideas that people have come up with, what are the problems that are worth solving? Is this problem worth solving? What are we building? And what problem are we solving? What are the users saying? Right? While a project manager just ensures that things happen on time. So so a project manager is saying, oh, who is going to get this done? What's like the time frame to get this done? What budget are we working on? So a product manager is concerned more about like the delivery, right? Why the project manager is concerned more about execution. How are we going to execute this idea? Why a product manager is concerned more about how do we what we are going to deliver, the kind of product we're delivering, what are the users saying. Okay. Okay, so another myth I would be let me still talk more on project and product manager. So a project manager, right, is basically known as more like the risk, maybe the risk managers, right? Why some people consider like the product manager as maybe the CEO, right, of the product. And a product manager is more customer centric, user centric. And then the project manager, like I've mentioned, is more of execution, efficiency. How do we get this project executed? Now, another myth I want to demystify is that the PM is the boss. So the product manager are not the boss of anybody. Basically, product managers, we guide through influence. We don't command. So product managers try to influence the team based on data, based on what users are saying, what data is saying. So we try to influence the team members or stakeholders rather than what's the word now? Rather than boss people around. So the PM is not quite the boss, but we lead through influence. And another myth I want to demystify is that PMs always get it right the first time. So PMs don't know it all, right? Basically, you learn by iteration, and iteration I mean by you like build up. There are a lot of things change when you're working as a PM, when you're building stuff. So you're supposed to be very flexible, right? You don't know it all. So you can, today you can say, oh, this is, want to build this product, and maybe the last time you checked what you thought, okay, maybe users will like this particular feature, right? But then when you went to do your research, or maybe based on the feedback that you're getting from your users, you found out that, oh, this feature that you want to add is not what users are saying. This is what the market is saying. So what do? You change, you adapt. So PMs don't always get it right. We basically improve, basically adapt to what the market is saying, or what's the feedback we are getting from our users. Is that okay? Do we have any questions so far? Should I keep going? Hello?
Yes, please, you can continue.
Okay. All right, now, what is the role of a product manager? So, want to know what a product manager does, and what our role is. So, number one is a product manager turns ideas into real solution for people. So like I already said when I started, so a product manager takes abstract ideas. Those ideas may be vague, they may be very messy, but we take those ideas and we shape them into real products that solve problems for people. So now let me give an example. So let's say that maybe a bakery owner noticed that okay, users are saying that they need to be able to order ahead of time, and just so that they can pick up, right? That's just an idea. So now a PM would explore and check if this is a common need, if this is what most users want. So most of the users are just saying that they want to be able to order ahead of time. So they will explore to know if this is a common need. So if it's not a common need, there's no need trying to solve a problem that's not common, that everybody is not the problem that everybody is talking about, right? So you're just going to waste your money, you're just going to waste resources. So you want to be sure that this problem that you want to solve is something that is common to everybody. So a PM will explore, and so is this a common need? And now how can we turn this need or this idea into a solution? What kind of app would solve this problem for users, right? Now, the PM will now go ahead to guide the team on what to build. So now, the PM was okay, maybe we need something like a pre-order feature. Maybe what we need to add to the app, like a pre-order feature, so that users can be able to pre-order before the day that they need to pick up whatever thing they want. So we see that a product manager is able to turn this idea into real solution. So now you've provided a solution which is a pre-order feature for the bakery app. So now the PM has moved from, oh, I wish I can have a pre-order feature, to here is how it works. Oh, we've built the feature, and now this is how you can pre-order for your stuff, or your your treats, or whatever thing you need. So now the next point is working with tech, business, and users. So a product manager is the bridge between the tech, the business. Hello, someone saying something? Okay, so the product manager is the bridge between the users, the business, and the tech aspect. So now the users are obviously the people with the problem, right? while the business, the people who care about, somebody raising up their hands. Joseph, you want to say something? You can speak.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, I wanted to say something, but now, yeah, the screen was not showing. Now I can see the screen now.
Okay. Okay. So please mute yourself. So I said the business, that's basically the people who care about the money, right? And the impact. The business is all about, yeah, whatever solution we are coming up with. I just hope your solution is able to make money for my business. So the product manager works with the tech business, the users. Now the engineers, okay, the tech, that the people who are the people that are building on the, the solution. So now let's use an example, right? To say, okay, users are saying that maybe it's taking too long to sign into an app, and now the business is also saying, oh, we need to have more verified users, not just spam, right? Now the engineers, the tech part, they're saying maybe we can remove, some steps in the sign up or onboarding stage, but that's only if we can maintain security, right? So now what's the PM? I said the PM is the bridge between the tech, between the business, between the users. So now the PM will listen to everybody. Oh, the users are saying it's taking too long, right? The business is saying, oh, we need more verified users. Engineers are saying, the steps in registering or logging in to the app is too long. So now the PM listens to everybody and then decides, oh, what's like the best trade-off? What can we trade off now, and what can we work on now? So the PM is like the bridge between everything. PM knows what we should prioritize per time, right? Know what is best for the product and the business. So the PM will listen to everyone and then now find out what the best trade-off is, what is fast, what is safe, what is valuable for the team. Now, that brings us to deciding what to build and why, to build what, not how. So I already mentioned, when I was talking about the difference between a product manager and a project manager. So I say the product manager is all about what are we going to build? What are the users saying? What problem are we solving? Why are we building this now? Why do we need to build this feature now? So a product manager asks a lot of questions. You need to be someone who asks a lot of questions. So we are not, a product manager is not really concerned about, oh, how are we going to do this, right? Mostly that's like, a project manager or maybe a scrum master. So now project manager decides on what we are building. They make decision about what problem we are trying to solve and what features we should build. So like I already said, a product manager, you necessarily don't need to know how to design, right? Create amazing designs, but you're supposed to at least know the basics of design. You're supposed to have an idea so that when the designers have designed, have created amazing design, you're able to look at the designs and know that, oh, this is okay, there's a gap here, there's a loop here. So if you don't have an idea about design, you will not be able to review the designs to make to be able to tell if this design would work for the solution we are building. And also, like I said, you don't need to know how to code, but you're supposed to have an idea about how the tech stack work, how software development works. You don't know how to code. So a PM will decide what to build, why, right? Without necessarily knowing how to code. So let me give another example now. So let's say the PM is saying that, oh, we need to find a way for users to reset their password. A lot of people are dropping off at login. So maybe and the PM have noticed that when people click on the app, when they get to the login, maybe they drop off, maybe they are not able to, maybe they drop off at login because maybe they're not able to remember their passwords or something like that. So a PM is saying, oh, we need to find a way to help users to reset their password, because we are noticing a lot of people are dropping off at the login stage. Now, the PM will also be the one to say, oh, the engineers will decide how, right? How this will work technically. The designers will also be the ones to go ahead and like design the solution. So, okay, a PM have said, oh, we need a way to help users reset their password. So that brings us to the point where I'm saying the PM decides what to build and why to build it. So we are saying, okay, we need to, right now, what we need to figure out is how to help users to be able to reset their password. Why? That's because we just noticed that a lot of people are dropping off. So that's for point number 3. Now the next one, the person who understands, the product manager is someone who understands the customer need and the larger business objectives that a product will fulfill. So a product manager talks a lot to the users, right? We have interface with the user. May not be directly, maybe it could be through customer support tickets, maybe through the survey on the app. You know, some of these apps, when you use them, you have like a feedback, like a survey or feedback, a way to get your feedback, right, from your users. You know, oh, are you enjoying our product? Are you enjoying this app? What do you think? How can we improve this app? So the PM interfaces with, you know, the customer a lot. So the PM understands what the customer needs is. So the customers are saying, I'm finding it difficult to, your onboarding session is very long, or I'm finding it difficult to log in. Okay, I'm finding it difficult to log into the app. So the PM understands that these are the customers, the customer need, based off on maybe watching the pattern, because as a PM, we're going to get to the skills of a PM, the skills that a PM is supposed to have. So there I would deep dive into things that a PM is, the skills that the PM is supposed to have. So the PM is supposed to understand what the customer needs, what are their needs, what are their pain points. And when a PM is able to understand the needs of the users, you'll be able to tailor the solution to their needs. If you don't know what the users are saying, the WhatsApp video quality is very low, and WhatsApp always reduces our video quality. So we want this feature to be worked on. So the PM understands, okay, this is what users are saying, this is the need, this is their pain point, and also is able to link it up with what the business objective. So maybe the business is saying, oh, I by so quarter, I want to be able to have, I want our user base to increase maybe 500. I want us to be able to make so revenue by the first quarter. So the PM understands what the customer needs is and what the business needs, and is able to marry the both of them to bring out a solution that will both help both the users, customers, and also the business. So the PM also is the one who articulates what success looks like for a product and rallies the team to turn that vision into a reality. So success for product A. So now success for WhatsApp is very different from success for an e-commerce app, right? So for an e-commerce app, maybe like Temu, Success could be, oh, how many people are buying, right? How many people are signing up to our app? Why for a different product, success could be like, oh, how many people are using this feature? How many people are what's like the time that users spend on this app? How many minutes, or how many how many minutes do users spend on this app? How many people get referred to our app? So the PM defines what success is for each app for different products. So for product A, the success for product A would not be the same for what success looks like for product B. So it's the PM that would determine how do we know that this product we are building is going to be successful? What KPIs do we look out for? What metrics? How do we know that this is going to work, right? So a PM is the job of a PM to articulate what success looks like, and also to rally around the team to turn the vision of the product into a reality. Are we together? Are we together?
Yes,
Uh,
please.
Okay. So a product manager is also the person who monitors the market and develops the competitive analysis. So a product manager would always do carry out market research, user research. User research is different from market research, obviously. So a PM monitors the market, right? What is the market saying? What's the trend now? So now the trend now in the market is for it's like content creation and creation. A lot of people are going into video, making a lot of video. So let's say we decide to build an app, and maybe we also want to build an app that people will post just pictures. So now let's say a PM go ahead to do a research and find out that, oh, almost everybody almost every business is going into video making, posting of videos. And like, okay, so we need to incorporate the video feature into our app if we want to be able to scale our product, or if we want to be able to make it in the market. So the PM is the one that goes and notices the trends. So yeah, we've noticed that everybody is doing what's selling now is creating videos and posting. So let's incorporate that into our product. So the PM is also the one to, or maybe you notice that, oh, this particular feature that we are working on, that's not the in thing, that's not what users want, that's not what's going to move the market. So the PM is also always keeping an eye on the trends in the market. Also, they develop the competitive analysis. So competitive analysis, basically what are competitors saying? So we have like something like, we have TikTok, we have Instagram, we have Facebook. So let me say I want to come and build like a similar app. I'll carry out a competitive analysis on these three apps. What is Facebook doing? What's their weak point? What's their strength? What's their weak point? I find out for Instagram, find out for TikTok, and then I do a competitive analysis and find out, oh, there's a gap. I find out the gap in Facebook, find out the gap in Instagram, find out the gap in TikTok, and then based off on the competitive analysis, I'm able to find out, oh, we can leverage on this. This is where we can add this feature and leverage on it to get to the market. Oh, okay, these people are products A, B, C almost have something similar, but maybe they don't have this. We find out the gap. So a PM does that by carrying out competitive analysis, right? Another thing a PM does is to define the product vision. What is the vision for the product? What this product we are building? What's the vision? Okay, we want to build a product that can help. Let's say we want to build a product that can help people stay healthy. So the PM defines what the product vision is, and when we go when we have subsequent classes or actually elaborate on know what product vision is and how to go about creating product vision. So it's the duty of the product manager to create the product vision, the product strategy. How are we how are we going with this product? How do we want to build this product? How are we going to enter the market with this product? The product manager decides all of this. Another thing the product manager does is to align stakeholders around the product vision. So I said the product manager comes up with the vision, right? So now you need to align everybody in the team with the product vision. And remember, I say that the product manager leads by influence. So the product manager comes up with the vision and then tries to align. When I say stakeholders, that's the engineers, the designers, the maybe the people who are like sponsoring the app, right? Maybe the business owners, the in marketing, sales team, customer support team. You need to align everybody. Everybody needs to be aligned with, oh, this is the vision for this product. We want to be able to be the leading fitness app in Africa. So you need to align the team with the product vision, and you do that by, based on the research you've carried out, your market research, competitive analysis, based on what the data you've come up with. That's how you can align the team with the team and the stakeholders around the product vision. Another thing the product manager does is to prioritize the product features and capabilities. I've earlier on mentioned that sometimes there are a lot of how do I put it? There are a lot of everybody has what they want per time. Maybe the stakeholders are saying, I need you to, add feature XYZ. The designers, the engineers are saying, oh, let's do so add work on this feature. But it's the duty of the product manager to say, right now, based off on our business goal, based off on what the users are saying, we need to build this particular feature, right? So like I talked about, maybe we are building an app, right? Maybe a social media app, and okay, maybe what the stakeholders are saying is we need to which example can I give now? We need to add, maybe add a feature where people can buy, maybe be able to buy stuff or pay for stuff on the app, right? Then you notice that what's selling now is that video content creation. People are creating content and making money. Maybe another aspect, people are asking for another feature. So it's your duty as a PM to be able to align everybody and say, okay, yes, we know that the business needs to make money. We are also listening to our users, and users are saying that we want you to add the video feature to the app. So you're supposed, as a PM, you're supposed to, based off on the resources that when I say resources, both financial resources, human resources, you'll be able to decide prioritize which feature is best to release or to add or to work on per time. So I said prioritize product features and capabilities. So the capabilities of your team. If maybe you know that right now the team, you know that maybe the people that are working, the engineers are very few, right? And they already have something, they already tied down with features they're working on, right? You're supposed to be able to prioritize and say, okay, we have less manpower now. This is what we have, and be able to decide what should be built so that the business is happy and users' needs are also being met. So, okay, let me give an example. Maybe users are saying, we want this app, we want to have like a dark mode for this app. Now, the business is saying, oh, we need to focus more on revenue features. So look for features that will give us more money. And now, the reality is that we are already short-staffed for maybe this particular sprint. So now the PM now may say, okay, we can put, users are saying they want to have like a dark mode for the app. So the PM can say, okay, we can put like the dark mode on the roadmap, right? But we can prioritize payment fixes. So because whatever thing we are doing, we need to be able to balance between user need and making sure that the business is also making money. So the business goal is that, okay, we should focus on building features that will create more revenue. So now maybe one of it would be to prioritize fixing the payment feature, right? So the product manager is like a traffic controller. They're trying to control the traffic from every end, making sure that the users, the business, and the whole team will land safely, without crashing into each other. Are we together?
Yes, please.
Do we have any questions so far? Should I continue?
Yeah, you can continue, please. You can continue. Go ahead.
Okay. So there are different types of product management role, right? We have core PMs, we have like the growth PMs, we have technical PMs, platform PMs, innovation PMs, consumer PMs. There are a lot. Sometimes when you see some of these job roles, some of them are very specific. So we want a technical PM. Maybe someone, when you say technical PM, basically someone who can code, who has knowledge on some of these languages, right? Maybe Python and all of those. So when they say they want someone that's technical, that understands, the tech aspect of software development. We have like the growth PM, right? I would not quite go into this now. You can read up on this various aspects of product managers. So now I would go into the different product management tools. There are different tools that product managers use. Some of these tools are, you may be already familiar with some of them, right? Some of them you may need to learn how to use them. But when we go deeper, we would get introduced to some of these product management tools. Okay, so we have analytics. These tools are divided into like different aspects, like the different things they are used for. So for analytics, we have like Google Analytics. We have like the mixed panel, right? That is used for, like the name analytics, to analyze like user engagement on the app. We have Amplitude, and we have the Hotjar. The Hotjar is used to identify like user behaviors on like the app. So they are like for the Hotjar, see things like heat maps. So the heat maps like shows maybe the areas in the app where people are always going to, maybe where users are always clicking on, where you always see users. So this analytics tool, right, will help you to be able to analyze user behavior, user engagement, and this will be able to help you to be able to understand certain patterns and be able to ask certain questions. Oh, we notice that users are always maybe in a particular part of the app. Why you start asking questions as why are users always in this part of the app? Start trying to understand the behaviors, start trying to understand the patterns, right? And this analytics tool can help you, determine some of these things. Another product management tool would be road mapping. So one of the things product managers do, we would still talk on that, right? We create roadmaps for the team. How the roadmap is like where we want the product to go, like the name implies, roadmap, right? So there are some tools that we use to build these roadmaps. We have like product plan, we have like the product board, we have like aha. I'm mentioning the ones that I use very often. I'm not mentioning these other ones. There are a lot of tools. We have tools that are used for user testing. So when we develop and when we build apps, I mean, one of the things that you need to do as product manager, we do user testing, right? To test if this feature we've built, if users are able to use them, or if users actually even like this particular feature. So one of the ways we can, we can do this user testing is by using apps like we have Optimizely, we have Firebase, A/B Tasty. So these are the apps you can use for user testing. Okay, we have the app tools for documentation. So one of the things that product managers do a lot is documentation. We do a lot of documentation, right? Because like I said, a lot of things, product management is one thing that, a lot of things changes. We are not just, it's very flexible. You need to be able to be adaptable. You need to be able to adjust to trends and to things very easily. And then one of the ways you can you'll be able to keep track of some of these things that you keep updating, or maybe things that are changing, is by documenting documenting these stuffs. So the things that we can use to document, we have Confluence, we have the Notion. Some of us are already familiar with Notion. Another one is we have the Slab, we have even Google Doc. You can use Google Doc for documentation. We also have a tool that we use for carrying out brainstorming section. We have Figma. We use it to brainstorm with with team members. We also use it to create things like your customer journey map. When we go deep, we'll also learn more about these things I'm talking about. Another thing would be, okay, we also have for wireframing and for creating of designs, We have Figma. Some of us may be familiar with it. We have balsamic. We have Azure. We have, but mostly we use Figma for creating of, designs, creating of wireframes, prototypes. So, which other tools here do I want to? Okay, we also have tools for task management. We have Jira, we have Trello, we have Asana. Some of us may already be familiar with it. We have ClickUp, Monday, and then some of these tools, you use them. It depends on the company you would work for or the company you work for, right? We also have communication tools like, Google, Slack, Zoom, right? Okay. Are we together? Should I go ahead? Can I continue?
Yes.
Okay. So who do product managers work with? So based off, I know I've said a lot of things. So I know we should be able to maybe have an idea on who product managers work with. So can someone tell me who they think product managers work with? Please go ahead. I can't see who is raising up their hands. You can just unmute and speak.
Sorry, just a quick one. A question indeed on the past one, not really an answer to the question.
Okay.
You mentioned some is it applications or yeah that a product manager uses just
Yeah.
some time ago. I want to find out the training we receive now, is it that after this training, if you have to go for another special training on how to use most of those tools, or you are being employed, then maybe your employer will now teach you on how to make use of those tools?
We are going to use some of these tools when we dive deeper. So I'm just introducing the tools now, but obviously I would not teach us how to use all of the apps. No, I can't teach everything, right? I can only teach a certain percentage, and then you would still have to learn some of these things on your own. When I trained, I learned how to use some tools, and some other tools I had to learn it on my own. But the thing is that some of these tools, once you just know how to use one of these tools, you'll be able to use, the other one. Do you get? So like the tools like Trello, Monday, Asana. Once you just know how to use some of these project management tool, right, that you will just be able to know how to use other ones. I mean, we'll get to use some of them while we are learning. So have I been able? And then other tools you either have to learn while maybe when you join work for a company, or when you are collaborating and working with people. So yeah, have I been able to answer your question?
Very well, thank you very much.
Okay. So that brings us back to my question. What do product managers, who do product managers work with? I want someone to answer. Who do you think product managers work with?
Software engineers.
Okay. Another person.
Business analysts or marketers or designers.
Okay, yeah, that's correct. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier on, I say that the PM is like the middleman. So the PM works with, like we already said, the designers, the engineers, as developers, right? And also the stakeholders. So now when I say stakeholders, you may be wondering who are stakeholders. So stakeholders are basically like in the business, like you say, business analyst, could be the business analyst, maybe data analyst, marketing, the sales, the customer support person, right? So now, how is a PM able to collaborate with, okay, like now the engineer? So the PM writes, like, the user stories, the requirements. Would say, I know some of these things I'm talking about may sound a little bit strange, but you will get to understand what user stories are, what requirements are. So the PM, so the engineers are actually the ones who they build the actual product, right? So they turn the ideas and specifications into functioning softwares or hardwares, right? So now how the PM is able to collaborate with the engineers, write user stories and requirements that the engineers, the software developers would build on. We clarify priorities and edge cases. The work join like sprint planning, stand-ups. They help to remove blockers and ensure alignment, right? Now, for the designers, the PM, so the designers make sure that whatever the solution they are creating is intuitive, is user friendly, is visually appealing, right? So the PM is able to collaborate with the designers by, they define like help to define like the user flows, the journeys, help to validate the wireframes, the prototypes that the designers will work on. They help to, work with the designer to be able to conduct like usability testing to be sure that this feature or this product that is being built is, and users are able to use these features or um, use the product. They also help the designers to align the user needs with the business goals, right? The PM will like reviews like the design that the designers create to be sure that it's their designs are able to, create are able to solve um the user sorry able to solve the user needs, right? Like end to end. So now that's one of the ways that a PM can collaborate with the designers. Another way for the stakeholders, I already mentioned that the stakeholders are like the data analyst, business analyst, marketing, customer support team. The PM gets, the customer support people are the people that maybe probably they're always in relation um to the customers. So the PM would relate with the customer support people to know what the users are saying, right? They relate with the sales to know, if this product we are creating is actually, if there's actually we are actually making money, if this solution is actually making money. With the data analyst, you're working with them to like to know what data is saying, and from based on what the data is, you're being able to make informed decision, right? So the PM to be able to gather insight on customer pain points, align product goals with business strategy, ensure like working with the marketing team, they will ensure that the go-to market readiness. So ensure that the product is ready to go to the market, and also close feedback loop after launch. So this is one of the ways that these are the people that the product managers work with. It's something called the product trial, which is made up of the PM, the designer, and the engineers, right? So most times the PM get to work more closely with the designers and the engineers, but at large work with engineers, designers, and the stakeholders. So I already mentioned that the PM sits at the intersection of these people here, the engineers, the designers, and the stakeholders. Okay, we're going to be talking about the skills for becoming a product manager. What skills do you need? So I want some of us to tell us what skills you think that as a PM you need to have. I've talked about what PMs do, so I think we should be able to extrapolate and just based upon the little I've been able to talk to us about what we think the skills that a PM should have. Can someone tell us? Just unmute and speak.
Okay. To me, one of the skills I believe that a PM should have is communicating skills. You should be
Okay.
able to communicate with the other people, the stakeholder, the engineer, get feedback from people. You must be good in communication. And the other one is also ability to lead a team. That's leadership ability. You must learn how to show that, because you are not just working alone, you are working with a team of persons. And then also teamwork. Teamwork is another important thing, because it's not just to call it a one-man project or program. A product manager, you work with other persons, and so you must have that teamwork ability to be able to harness whatever you have with other persons. Let me end now.
Thank you very much. What you said are all correct. And another person mentioned skills that they think a product manager should have.
The person should be, or let me say, one, create how creativity is there. Number
Yes.
two, user centric. This thing should be there too.
Okay, yeah, that's correct. Another person. Another person.
Okay, let me just add quickly again. A product manager must also have an analytical skill to
Yeah.
be able to analyze all the informations that are gotten, that he or she gets, and then know how to harness those information in order to come up with something good for the company.
Yeah, that's correct. I need more responses. People that have not spoken, I need you to speak. There's no harm in trying. Just try. What do you think? What skills do you think?
You should be able to
Time
pay
management
attention to
skills.
details.
Okay, yes.
Time
Hello, good evening.
management skills.
Well, what did you say?
So the
Time
person should,
management skills.
okay.
Okay, time management skills. Yes, that's right.
I don't know if that is the skill, but I think the person should be someone that assess correction.
Okay. Like soft skills. Yeah.
Also, the person should be vision, be able to think ahead of others.
Yeah.
The person should be able to think ahead of others, and then also look at the future and what it holds.
Okay. More inputs.
A product manager should be empathetic. That is, he should be able to
Yeah.
understand user problems and user needs.
Yes, that's right. All what you guys have said is very correct. Very correct. Very correct. So I will start with communication skills. For you to be a good product manager, I think this skill cuts across, almost every career, right? But as a product manager, it's very important to have great communication skills. And when I say great communication skills, you should be able to clearly articulate your ideas, the ideas you have, the requirements, the decisions you want to make. So, communication is a two-way thing, right? You should be able to communicate clearly, and you should ensure that what you've communicated is clearly understood. And when we talk about communication could be verbal, could be written, right? I talked about documentation that a PM, one of the things that a PM does is creating documents. So you should be able to communicate clearly in these documents that you are creating, so that when team members or stakeholders pick up some of these documents you created, they are able to understand what you're saying. Oh, where is this product going to, right? Where are we, what are we doing, what problem are we solving? You should be able to communicate this clearly. And one of the ways you can sharpen your communication skill as a product manager is to make sure that what you've communicated, like I said, is clearly understood, right? Another skill is empathy. Empathy is being able to feel what like being able to put yourself in the position of maybe the user, could be your team members. Majorly for your users, right? You should be able to understand their pain points, feel their pain points. Oh, users are saying that the sign-up process is very difficult, or the steps in the sign-up process is too long. So you should be able to put yourself in the shoes of your users, and that's how you're able to build on your have empathy, build on your empathy skill. Because as a product manager, if you're not able to feel the pains of your users, you will not be able to understand their needs deeply and create solutions for their needs, right? Another thing is strategic thinking, right? So as a product manager, one of the things when I started this class, I said that one of the reasons why AI cannot take PM job, one of it is the job of a product manager requires strategic thinking, and there's a limit to what AI can do, right? So this is one of our superpowers as product managers, being able to think strategically. You're defining what the product vision is, what the goal is, what the roadmap. You're able to align product outcomes with business objective. You're able to strategically think and say, what do we prioritize right now that would drive the most value? So let me give an example of strategic thinking. So let's say that you are a product manager for an e-commerce app, right? And you notice that there are a lot of users. Okay, so you have a lot of sign up or sign in. You have a lot of people that have signed into your app, right? You have a lot of people that they add things to carts, but you just find out that, oh, at the point of payment, a lot of users drop. So now, as a product manager, it will require you to pick up your critical thinking or strategic thinking cap to analyze and say, oh, we have a lot of people. Okay, maybe we're having 500 users in our app. We have maybe out of the 500 users, we have 50 people who add things to carts, and then after they've added things to their cart, you have maybe just 10 people who end up paying. So now you have to start thinking, could it be that maybe the prices of things on the app are a lot? Could it be that the payment process is cumbersome, it's not straightforward? This is what strategic thinking requires. This is what it requires. You're thinking strategically, how, asking questions, why is this like this? Why are users doing this? Why is it that XYZ is happening? So when when you're able to wear this your strategic thinking cap, you are able to think deeply and profess solution. Okay, so you realize that maybe the payment process is cumbersome. So now you go back to the drawing board and try to find maybe a simplified payments process. Maybe the one that is there, users are not quite comfortable about it, or maybe you find out that, okay, maybe the product that we have here, maybe they are too priced. So maybe we find a way to find like a sweet spot. So that's one of the skills of a product manager: strategic thinking. I would soon end this class. Class is supposed to end by 6:30, right? This is 6:37. So I will talk on 2 more skills and then it would continue tomorrow. So I want to talk on creativity. This is one skill that is very important as a product manager. You need to be able to be creative. How can we make this app more enticing to users? How can we get more users to sign up? How can we create features that that will make users excited to get use our product? How do we make how can we make the user experience of this product that we are building amazing? That's one of the things you have to wear your creativity cap. You need to be someone that is very creative. You think deeply. How can we make this this product one that when a user picks it up, the user is glad to be able to refer our product to other users? Another skill is the user-centric mindset. You should be customer focused, user-centric. What are our users? The first, one of the biggest thing, like as a product manager, one of the most important thing you should have or you should incorporate is user-centric mindset, right? Being able to put your user at the center. So what are users saying? What are users saying? Because at the end of the day, if you build solutions that your users are not impressed about, or you build solutions that your users don't really need, you've wasted your resources, you wasted your time, and you won't have people using this product. So let's say you want to build a fitness app, and what users are saying, that this fitness app, maybe I want you to add a feature where I'm able to like sync with my friends, right? We can plan, how do I put this? We can sync our workout, so we are able to see or share, like, yeah, our successes or our goals. Okay, this is what this is like, I've been able to go on like maybe 500 miles. You're able to share your progresses and your wins with your friends, right? Maybe your users are asking for this, and maybe you just feel that maybe what users need now is maybe they need like a video a feature where maybe they can just upload a video of themselves working out. But what users are saying is, I want to be able to share, maybe just to be able to see what my friends is up to while we're using the app. And then you're not paying attention to what the users are saying, right? Yes, you may have some people that may like that, maybe the video, whatever feature that you want to add. But then you already know a lot of people are asking, maybe you found out from like your customer support people, users are saying, and why don't you add this feature, add this feature. You are supposed to listen to, what your users are saying. You're supposed to have the users at the center of whatever thing you are building. What are their pain points? What are their needs? And that's how you're able to build amazing products. I would be stopping here for today. Do we have any question?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, good evening. Thank you for the insightful lecture. First question, what's the duration of this program? Like how many days are going to be?
Okay, so it's today and tomorrow, like for the free class, right? So for people that would want to go further, we would make provision for that. So probably have to we'll talk about that, right? They will have to maybe pay like a little fee to move forward. But today and tomorrow we'll have a free class to introduce you all to what product management is. And then I believe that there are a lot of people here who would want to, go further. So yeah.
And the last question, a little bit away from the class, but related. Have you worked on any e-commerce related project before? You've used it quite a lot with your examples. Have you been on an e-commerce project before?
Yeah, I worked on a lot of products, right? Worked on
e-commerce.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other question? The class is quite okay. Good evening.
Yeah, I'm out to know, would there be certificate for after this 2 days free class or only for people that are advanced?
Yeah, for people that are advanced, yes, there would be. You can't get a certificate for just the free class. We're just I'm just basically introducing what product management is like. So we've not even scratched the surface. So it's for people that would go for the advance. Yeah.
Okay, ma. Thank you, ma.
You're welcome. Kenneth, your hands are raised up.
It's just the same question that the last person asked about education, and then the process of the other one is about moving forward. What could be the nature of the program?
Okay, we would share this information on the WhatsApp group moving forward.
Okay, and sorry, the last part of it is I don't know, is there going to be provision for the recorded copy of what we did today?
Yes.
Or whether
yes, there would be.
Okay.
You'll also have access to the slides. So, yeah. Okay, so was this class insightful? Did we learn anything? Did I waste my time? Did we learn something? Did I open your eyes to what product management is all about?
Excuse me, ma'am, please. My question is, what's the difference between product management and project management?
Yes, we're not in the class. Okay, so I think I talked about this a little bit. So I said that a product manager is basically concerned about the what and the why, right? We are concerned about what are we building, what are our users saying, what problem are we trying to solve. So this feature we want to build, what are we trying to solve? Why are we doing this? Why is this feature not working like this? Why are users not signing up? Why, and what? What the project manager is concerned about is how can we execute this project, right? Who are the people that maybe are working on? Who are the people are responsible for this? Like the time frame, maybe like creating of the budget for like the project. A project manager is basically, they're basically concerned about execution of the project, how we can execute this project, while the product manager is more concerned about how we can deliver this product to solve user needs. So there's actually a different sometimes, right? There's a bit of an intersection where the product manager carries out some responsibilities of a project manager. So yep. Any other question? Do we have project managers here? Projects. Do we? Okay, nobody. So if you would not answer my question, no, I said, did we learn something today or did I waste my time?
Yes, we learned something. For me, it's
Okay.
more like a validation of some of the things I'm aware of, which is
Okay.
interesting. I'm actually looking forward to the part of how to use some of the tools, particularly the design tools. So that's what I'm actually looking forward to, whatever session that's going to be. So of course, it's been an exciting journey already.
All right. Thank you all for attending the class. And we would have another class tomorrow, same time, same location.
All right,
So I
thank you.
look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you have any further questions, you can ask in the group. All right, enjoy the rest of your evening.
Sorry, ma'am, that the group will be open for questions because at some point I discovered that the group is always locked.
Okay, okay. There would be provision for that.
Okay.
All right.